Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to share with you guys my perfume haul lately. I went a little bit crazy and just went on a rampage to buy new perfume because, you know, I have a shopping addiction and in the name of retail therapy. So I've been wearing these for a while now and I wanted to give a quick review as well as just generally show you my haul. Some of these perfumes I am trying for the first time from the brand, so I'm really excited about that. Some of these are repurchases from brands that I already have and love, so just testing out different flankers as well as different scents. But overall, this is something I'm really excited about. And also I do have a lot more, as you can see, niche perfumes in my fragrance collection, so this is really exciting and I just want to expand my perfume collection. Also, I just wanted to share with you guys some notes I've been loving lately and a type of perfumes I am reaching for, especially in the spring and summer as the warmer weather is approaching. So strap on in, it's going to be a long and interesting one and I hope you guys enjoy. This is the layout of all my new perfumes. There's definitely a lot there, I'm not even going to lie, but let's start off with this one. This is the Ford Neroli Portifino Acqua, and this is a flanker for the original Neroli Portifino. This is an eau de toilette, so it's a lot lighter and will last a little bit shorter on the skin. And this is my very first Tom Ford fragrance, so I'm really looking forward to it. I got it in a 50ml. And what this perfume is that it's a fresh citrus and green scent. The top notes for this perfume is definitely lemon and bergamot, very citrusy. And then in the middle there, we got some neroli and some orange blossom. Overall, I would say this is a very fresh scent, but in the base, there is some musk and amberwood, which gives it some edge and base to it. And I would say almost a bitterness, which grounds the perfume. I think it's quite well rounded. This doesn't last too long on my skin, however, a good 2 hours at the most. And that is such a shame because I love how fresh this is and it is just so nice for spring and summer, which is what season it is now in Australia. And I think I would just take this on the go with me because the bottle is so beautiful and I can just reapply this throughout the day. The great thing about this perfume is that it is quite unisex. It doesn't really have that super sweetness of the original Neroli, which is really nice. So I think if you're into clean cut fragrances, this one is great. But as I said earlier, definitely need to reapply throughout the day. Something else I would like to comment on is the sillage. The sillage isn't the best. I would say it's more of something someone needs to hug you and get very close to you in order to smell, which I don't think is a huge issue, but projection is a little bit disappointing. So overall, I like the scent of it, but I just do think for the price you are paying, it isn't the best performing. Next is the Penhaligons London Lunar Eau de Toilette. As you can see, I am stocking up on my summer perfumes and just fresh ones. So this is something that has been on my wish list for a very long time. So overall, I do like the scent. I think it's my only unisex fragrance, so I think that's quite unique. However, the lasting power really isn't it, and I can't smell it on myself after 2 hours, so because of that, I would have to give this only a 6.5 out of 10, which is a shame because this is really pricey and it does smell nice. I saw Heart Evangelista talk about this and she said this is just a really fresh perfume that is really nice for every day, and I have to agree with her. The packaging is also adorable with the little bow tie here, and it is just this beautiful glass packaging, whereas the Tom Ford was this heavy duty plastic, I would say. And despite it being very lavender and purple in the bottle, this is actually a citrus scent. Here it is. I would describe this as a fresh citrus floral, with the most prominent being, you know, some lemon, but there's also some rose in there and the slightest hint of woodsy notes. This is just a very, very elegant perfume and I love wearing it. It lasts a good 5 hours on my skin at the very least, which I think is nice for an eau de parfum. This isn't the most travel friendly, so I would just spritz it and douse myself in it, and then once it dissipates throughout the day, hopefully it stays. So the top notes in Luna is very similar to Tom Ford. It has some lemon, some bergamot, and some bitter orange in there. Really, really lovely. The middle notes I alluded to earlier has some rose and some juniper berries as well as jasmine, which gives it a very soft and rounded scent. In the base, you have some musk in there, which is just, again, grounding the perfume. I think this is a really beautiful, fresh scent, and honestly, I adore it. I think it is great and just smells fabulous. So I would rate this a solid I would say 8.5 out of 10. This one's really, really nice. A little bit pricey, and I feel like the lasting power isn't quite the best, but I do love the scent a lot. I would spray this on me every single day. It is that comforting. It is nice because it's citrus for the spring and summer, but I think this is an all-rounder, and you know, you can wear it anytime. It's just very, very fresh and clean. Next, I got the Glasshouse fragrance Sunsets in Capri. This is a newer fragrance. Next, I got the Glasshouse fragrance in Sunsets in Capri. This is a newer fragrance and release from Glasshouse Fragrances. They're an Aussie brand, so happy to be supporting Aussie businesses. And this is an eau de parfum, so it's quite strong, and you have a magnetic cap, which, I don't know, to me that's just so fun. I love magnetic caps, and I really like the logo of Glasshouse Fragrances. It's very elegant. This is literally so beautiful and yummy. I would describe this perfume as having a peached iced tea on a beach. In the top notes, I would say this has some mandarin in it, some cassis bud. It's very green as well. You can definitely smell some grassy scents in here, but most of all, there is this juicy white peach. The middle notes, we have some jasmine, lily, and again reinforcing some peach to it. And at the heart and base, you have some musk and marine notes. And this is where I get the beach scent from. It has that little bit of saltiness to it, and that mixes so nicely with the peach for some reason. And because it's an eau de parfum, this lasts quite long on my skin. I was testing it the other day and it lasted a good 6 to 8 hours on me, especially if I spritz on my clothes. It can go up to even 10 hours. This is really, really nice, and I just enjoy it lots. I think this is a great perfume, and I'll be reaching for it tons in the summer, and I'll be giving this a solid 9 out of 10. Very, very nice. Price for this perfume is definitely up there, but it is worth it because it just smells so yummy. But definitely smell it in stores and try out with your body chemistry, and I think it lasts decently. The sillage and projection is good too. People can smell it on you, but it's not this piercing scent when it's too harsh. It's more like you walk over and they're like, oh, that's so fresh. It smelled like you just went out to a cafe or you just went to the beach. Very, very nice, and I just highly recommend it. Next, I picked up some more Jo Malone perfume. This is Peony Blush Suede Cologne. This is a very viral one. I think a lot of people have talked about it, and honestly, I think it is worth the hype. I got this in a 30ml just because I didn't know how much I wanted to use it, and also I just think these bottles are very elegant and pretty, so I love using it. And this one I love a lot. I think it definitely is up to the hype. The top notes in here is actually apple, which is a scent I realized I like a lot. If you saw my recent perfume declutter, I was talking about my Nina Ricci perfume, which is also an apple scent, which I really love. It's really fresh. I can smell it even from just opening the cap. And in the middle, you have some peony, obviously as suggested by the name, and you also have some rose and jasmine in it, which is really this nice blend of pink flowers and white florals. It just makes it really, again, elegant and easy to wear. It's not polarizing at all. And at the bottom, you definitely have that suede, which gives it, I thought it would give it a little bit of a leathery scent or even bitterness, but no, it just adds extra depth, and it is overall quite a sweet perfume, leaning more rose. I don't get the peony as much. However, this is just so nice for every day. I think you can make this into your signature scent, and this is just one where I feel like you cannot hate. It is a crowd pleaser. It's a tiny bit sweet, but the floral makes it a little bit more fresh, and the lasting power is a good 5 to 6 hours on me. I think that is really wonderful. And again, the projection isn't super strong. It's something that someone has to be quite close to you to smell, but it's more like, hey, she smells quite sweet. It looks like she just ate some apples or she went to a rose garden, something like that. It's not a rose water scent, but it's actually just this soft pink petal, and I really adore it. I think this is great, and I'll be wearing it all year round. I think it's one of those where you can wear it any time of the year and it'll be perfect. This one's just a really lovely perfume. I can see it being one of my favorite scents because it's so, you know, inoffensive and just something I would reach for every day, and it is quite special. I haven't really smelled anything like it, even though notes sound really generic, and I would give this a 9 out of 10. Really love it. Next, from Jo Malone, I got another product that is quite viral and hype worthy. This is the English Pear and Freesia cologne, and I thought this would be perfect again for the warmer months because of the notes. It just sounds like such a fresh scent, and in the top notes you have some pear as suggested and some melon. It's really just this juicy ripe pear, and I think it comes through quite nicely. Very sweet, but not a sickly sweet like gourmand scent. I don't get the melon as much, but I do get more of the middle notes. I get the freesia, which is quite prominent, and it does have a hint of rose in it, even though I can't smell it too much on me. And at the base notes, we have musk, patchouli, rhubarb, and some amber. Overall, again, this is a crowd pleaser. I don't think you can hate this perfume. This is going to sound bad, but this just smells like it's a very expensive and good air freshener. And I mean it in the best way possible because I actually do like this scent. I think it's a really nice, fruity summer scent. The thing about Jo Malone is after a few hours it does fade away, but again, when I open the cap, that scent really just comes to me and it smells really good. So I do like it quite a bit. I do think this is a good one. It's worth the hype, and I will give this a solid, I think, a 7.5 out of 10. I'm scoring it a bit low because it's not too special, whereas the other scents I feel like it really has something unique to it. This one you can't really identify the scent. It's more just like, oh, it's a nice fresh sweet fruity scent. It doesn't really smell like, oh yeah, you know, you're wearing English Pear and Freesia, right? You want something that has more signature, so that's why I'm giving it a low rating, and it's just a crowd pleaser. I do like it. Next, I got the KAYALI Eden Juicy Apple 01. This is something I purchased from Sephora, and I'm not even going to lie, the reason I purchased this is really embarrassing. It's because I was scrolling on Sephora and I was looking at the what to recommend products for your star sign, and this came up and I was like, hey, I'm getting it. I know, it's really embarrassing, it's really bad. I really need to ground myself and have a better perspective of how to use my money, but this is just really lovely, and I actually love this scent. This is going to sound really bad because I know a lot of people do not like it. This is an eau de parfum, but it smells like it's an eau de toilette. It's quite light, and the thing is, I think out of all the KAYALI perfumes, this one's the most childish, and it's the one that is the least perfume-like. It's like a glorified body spray from Bath & Body Works. But that's the reason I love it. You see, I'm still not over my sickly sweets fragrances scent, and this is something that satisfies all my wants. And I do love the packaging. It is absolutely insanely gorgeous, and it has that heavy glass which makes it really luxurious, and I love the cap, that diamond bottle situation. But what this scent is it smells almost identical to a Bath & Body Works apple and champagne candle, which I love so much, but I had to get rid of because Bath & Body Works uses paraffin wax, and I just think that's not the best thing to have in my house, so I had to get rid of it. But this one smells incredible because it smells just like that, and that was my favorite candle from Bath & Body Works. So this is one of those perfumes where it's a more younger audience targeted one because it's so sweet, and like I said earlier, it's like a glorified body spray. But this is such a juicy and yummy sweet scent if you're into those really sweet fruits. The top notes are red apple, as suggested by the name, juicy apple. You have some lychee, blackcurrant, and pink grapefruit. How yummy is that concoction? That is just a beautiful fruit salad for the summer. And in the middle, you have some just range of berries, and you have some raspberry bloom, some jasmine as well, just some white florals to ground it, and what do we know? Some rose again. I love rose in my perfume, and even though I can't smell it too much, it does make the perfume a little bit more complicated rather than just straight up a fruit blend. Finally, in the base, we have some musk and some amber as well as moss. As someone who is in love with fruity scents, especially, you know, berries and apples, this is perfect for me. I absolutely adore it, and it wears a good, I think, 5 hours on my skin. And the thing is, I just feel so happy smelling it. I feel like I'm eating a candied apple. It just is so amazing for the warmer months or even holiday season, because we don't have a white Christmas in Australia, so this just makes me feel like I'm eating candied apples. It's just really fun and festive, and I love the bottle. It's just really luxurious. It's beautiful. I love this scent. So if you're into a more long-lasting body spray that is sweet and fruity, I think check it out because you will like this one. I absolutely adore it. Even though the reason I bought it was a little bit sketchy, I think this is a great one and I will reach for it tons. I will give this a solid 8 out of 10, I think. Just because it's not super special and it's on the cheaper smelling side, especially for the price, but you know, I like this scent, so it's an 8 out of 10 for me. Last but not least, if you saw from my Sephora haul, I got the Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl perfume, and oh my gosh, how stunning are these bottles. I can't get over how beautiful these high heel bottles are. They're just so pretty. And Carolina Herrera is one of those brands I always wanted to try simply because of the bottle, if I'm being honest. And I really like Very Good Girl Glam, but that was more cherry, and Very Good Girl was something I bought after seeing videos by Jude Rose on YouTube. She said this is her favorite flanker out of all the Good Girl perfumes, and I love her recommendations. She's actually the reason I bought Blush and Peony Suede as well. So I really do trust her opinions, and let me say this did not disappoint. This is a great perfume. It's fruity, it's fresh, and it's also a hint on the spicy side, which makes it quite sexy and nightwear. In the top notes, we have some lychee and red currant. I really like red currant in my perfume. If you saw from my only perfume you need, I have Signorina by Salvatore Ferragamo, and that has red currant in it, which I think is a really juicy scent and note to have in your perfume because it's sweet, but not really, has that hint of spice and bitterness to it. And in the middle notes, you have some rose in here, which is just so nice. And the base note, you have that vanilla and vetiver. Vanilla is a notes that I thought I hated at first, but slowly I realized I do love it, especially for the colder months or even for evening wear. It just makes your fragrance a lot more sexier and gourmand, which I think this perfume definitely is. When you spritz this, I actually get more of a raspberry and strawberry scent with vanilla. It's almost like I just had a strawberry milkshake. That's what I feel like this is, but a lot more grown up and sexy. I would wear this, you know, to night outs or even clubs, etc. And I love putting this on my vanity. How beautiful is this bottle? And I just think it is gorgeous. You can't travel with this, unfortunately, but if you want to get an idea of what this smells like, I think the closest dupe in my collection to it is Angel Nova by Thierry Mugler. Let me just grab that one. This one, these two actually smell super similar. This one's a little bit more on the sweeter side. This one's more on the vanilla. This is more like berry, but these smell really, really close to each other. So if you want a hint of that, I think again, this is for someone who really enjoys sweet berry perfumes. If you're not into that, this is probably not for you, but for me, this is a winner because it has notes that I enjoy and I love and wear so much. This lasts, I would say, a good 10 hours on my skin. If I spray it on my clothes, even more, maybe 12 hours. And honestly, gorgeous, and I adore it. So this one, whilst it's not the most unique and not something I can wear every day, I do like it a lot. So I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. Well guys, that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it because I had a lot of fun sharing this with you. I am a huge fragrance head and just a fragrance fanatic, so it's always fun for me to try out new fragrances, and some of these have been on my wish list for so long. And as you can see, I stocked up on some of my favorite notes for the summertime and also just to try out some new ones that could potentially be my new signature scent. So this was really fun for me, and I hope you found some perfumes that you might want to try out yourself because some of these are absolutely beautiful. Now let's just take a look at some of the spritz on all these perfumes and how they would perform if you got to try them out. A lot of these are quite a typical nozzle applicator, but some of them are more aerosol-like and they spread out more clearly, whereas others are a bit more compacted and harder to spritz. I must say, out of all these perfumes, my favourite is probably the Luna Eau de Toilette by Penhaligons London, and followed by Peony and Blush Suede. I also do like Very Good Girl very much, but those two are my absolute favourites and you should check them out. As always, if you did like today's video, please give a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. That really would mean a lot to me.
and let me know what type of videos you would like to see in the future, whether it's makeup, skincare, fragrances, or anything, even vlogs. I would love to make that content. And enjoy your day. Maybe leave down below what is your favorite perfume for the spring and summertime, and I'll check that out as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I'll see you for the next video.